Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to go ahead and look at some of the panel prep. Now we've got everything cut out, and we're going to look at the edge banding and some options with that, and then we need to get a groove cut in that. And then from there, on the next video, then we'll look at putting all our holes, shelf pin holes and hinge holes into the panels. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started on that. All right, now we got our panels cut out. There's a couple of things we need to do. We need to get a groove in for our back panel, and a couple of easy ways to do it. I use my Festool router with a guide on that with a spiral bit. That's the way I do it. You could run this in a router table. You could run this in, put up a small dado blade, put this in your table saw. All the way we're doing it, these are all through all the ways, so it's a pretty simple way to do it. All right. So when I do set up that panel, I set it up so that whatever back panel I'm using in there, I'll set it up so that it comes just ever so slightly inset, you know, probably 1/16, not even a 1/16 of an inch set up on that. And then the other thing I'll do, and we'll go through it when we do the assembly, is I'll do pocket holes in these top and bottom, and then also on the top so that be screwed together. But we'll go through that on the when we start doing assembly. All right, let's talk about a couple of different methods of putting edge banding on, especially on the frameless style cabinets. You'll have a lot to do. This is probably one of the pretty common ways. It's a pre-glued edge that you get cut to length, and you can do some type of a heating element. Like this is a dedicated heat gun for that. You get it heated up, and then you come back and just slowly melt that into place. After that's in place, you come in with, and there's a number of companies that have this. This one's happened to be by Fastcap. You come back and trim all that up. And then you've got, again, the other thing is a flush cut. So you can come in here and clip the end so that's flush. That works pretty well. It's kind of tedious. And then there is actually, this stuff is pretty thin, but then for a while I had a setup from Rockler that you'd put your rolls on, and then it would put a heat gun onto the your edge banding, and basically you push the band through. I'll try to put a link up to that in the description. That one worked pretty well. It was a little tedious because I felt like every time I went to use it, I'd have to kind of recalibrate it, and just never got it to work well. It melted well. It was just trying to get it set up. Another method is a pressure sensitive tape. So this stuff happened to be another Fastcap product. So you would cut your piece to length, a little bit longer. You'd come back, you'd peel off the tape on here, put that on there, and then come back and start rolling it on and getting that set in place. After that, you come back again, hit with the flush cutter, and then cut it, trim it off with this. So after you've gotten it trimmed up down flush, get your ends clipped off. It usually still leaves a little bit, a square edge. You can come in here with, again, this is another called Fastbreak by Fastcap. And you come in here and it will just bevel that edge off a little bit so you don't have anything sticking up here. And the other thing you can do is if you can set up a router to do this with a trim bit on that so it flushes off, and then just puts a slight bevel on that. So that's the way number of ways that I used to do it. All right, so now this is the way I do it now. Again, this is a lot of money invested in equipment that I don't expect anybody to do. So we've got, I'm using unglued edge banding, and this is a 1 millimeter, which is a little bit thicker than what would be normally used. I think usually it's 0.8 is kind of the common. So this is the CONTURO. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. What it does is it's got these pucks that you bring in here. They open up and drop in here. You can lay up a bunch of them there. You get these in different colors. So we're using white. We use white. And then when I'm getting ready to do this, I cut the band to approximate length. Bring it down here. And that's on there. So what ended up, now I've got a cutter that comes in here. So what that does is got this little bead of glue that it melts it and just puts it in this bead and roll it out there. So it makes it nice and goes on there really nice. And that's ready to go. This one's got a little bit of a chip. If I showed you the other side, when I cut my panels, it's got a little breakout from the thing. If you looked at this other side, it'd be a nice clean edge, and I picked my panels based on my saw cuts that way. So. All right, so there's a couple of different options for edge banding and prepping the groove in the back for your back panels. And so I think we're gonna wrap that up there. So the next time we're gonna go through a number of different ways that we can get our shelf pins in, and which also is where we mount our hinges. And there's a number of different options that we can do that, and we'll look at that next time. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and I'm happy to try to address it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.